go. What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. I hope you guys are enjoying the start to your weekend. So far I am. If you're watching the Skorpion show for the first time, I hope that you click that subscribe button, and shout out to all the new subscribers who've been subscribing to our channel lately. If you are not a sponsor to our channel, you can sponsor our channel for $4.99 a month, and we are doing 2 live streams this month, starting on next Wednesday, April 18th, and then the following Wednesday, because we owe you guys one from March on the live stream, and then we're doing the April live stream. So all the 140 something sponsors to our channel, I would like for all of y'all to be available next Wednesday at 6 p.m. so we can talk and have some conversation, you know, over Skype and things like that. August 11th is our big day of the year. It's our 10-year anniversary show, which we're doing at the Montgomery Auditorium inside the main library on 1901 Vine Street. I hope that you all can make it. If you have not purchased your tickets, tickets are still available. All you have to do is click the link inside the more info box. Tickets are $25 each. So when you purchase your ticket, please put your full name down. If you buy more than one ticket, put your name down and the other person that is coming with you, so we can have you guys' name down on the list. It's just getting closer. We are under 4 months away, and you know it's going to be here like that because April is damn near halfway through. So please make your plans to come to Philadelphia. Now, I got a text yesterday from someone asking me about Center City East and West and things like that. It's basically east of City Hall and west of City Hall. You're still downtown, and you'll still be able to get to the main library no matter what hotel you want to go to. You got the Lowe's, the Marriott, Residence Inn, freaking Embassy Suites. You got Doubletree Hotel. Although it's like maybe 50 hotels in Center City, Philadelphia, literally. So just find one that's best for you when it comes to getting your hotel. Also, take advantage of them flight deals. Sign up with Southwest.com. They always have a sale going on. Just sign up. Just go to their website and sign up, and you'll get like an email letting you know when things are going on sale. So make sure y'all take advantage of that. If you have any other technical questions about August 11th, please feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. Whether you follow me or not, I'll still be able to get your message for the technical stuff. If you did donate to the GoFundMe more than $25, please contact myself or Mikkel so we can get your name on the list. And please show your proof that you know you donated to the GoFundMe when we were raising the money for the our event. So all the announcements are done. I want to jump right into it. The first thing I want to discuss is the return of Nicki Minaj. Now, we knew a couple days ago that Nicki Minaj was coming out with 2 new singles. One, Barbie Tings, and the other one was, what's the name of that damn song? I really like the Barbie Tings one. I don't remember the name of the second one. And I really didn't like the song. I know I did not like that. And I'm upset that I can't remember. But she had 2 promo pictures out. But I know that the second song I don't like is outperforming Barbie Tings on iTunes right now. She released her 2 new songs, and she did an interview on iTunes Radio. And I had a chance to listen to the part where she discussed the whole Cardi B situation. And I've listened to it about maybe 6 times because when I discussed it, I wanted to make sure that I heard it right. I heard what she's upset about. She's not saying like, you know, she got a beef with Cardi B. She's just upset with how things went down and how she was portrayed to be the bad guy. So when I posted the picture of the I know my phone is about to die. When I posted the picture of the article, it said something like Nicki Minaj addresses Cardi B. She never showed me genuine love, and I felt ambushed. And when you see an article like that, it's not really explaining too much. It's not really explaining the whole situation. So Cardi B was talking about So the radio interviewer asked Cardi B. The radio interviewer asked Nicki Minaj about a upcoming song that's about to come out, and this is Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj is like,
and this is Nicki Minaj.
This is Cardi B. I'm getting their names mixed up.
Slow down.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So Nicki was saying that this was, this was a song that she recorded a year and a half ago in Paris with Drake and something like that. She's not sure if the song is going to be on the album, but she's not really, not trying to address rumors and things like that. But she's like, but what I will say is she didn't like how things went down when the motorsport song came about, because she was explaining on Twitter how the song came about, and she was saying that people were saying that she was lying. And she sent a text to Quavo, who was a part of the group Migos, to defend her.
Lying about what?
I guess saying like how the song came about. Maybe Nicki hopped on the song after she found out Cardi was on the song. She didn't really go into detail on why they said she was lying. She was just saying she told her fans on Twitter how the song came about. And she was like, so many people were saying that she was lying, and she wanted Quavo to back her up and defend her. And she said she made it clear that she had the text messages, that Quavo sent her a text back saying, I will defend you, but you're not my girlfriend. So she said she was really hurt by that.
Well, who's his girlfriend?
Cardi B, right?
Oh, I thought.
Oh no, Offset.
Offset,
but, yeah. But she was just saying like he would not defend her.
Oh, basically saying I don't defend females who aren't my girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's basically what he was saying.
Yeah, he was like, and if it comes up in an interview, I'll address it, but otherwise I won't.
I'm not jumping into that.
Yeah, I'm not discussing it.
But okay, so, and I'm sorry to like jump ahead, but what was she upset about with Cardi B? What did Cardi B do that she said that she claimed that?
I'm going to get to that. Oh, okay, yeah. So she was talking about that, and so then she said what hurt her was the first time that Cardi B did an interview about the motorsport song. She said that Cardi B seemed like she was irritable about being asked a question, and then she said that she was like, oh, I never heard her verse, or she changed her verse, and something like that.
That's what Cardi said about Nicki.
Yeah, now this is alleged. Now I didn't go looking for the videos. If y'all know what the video is, feel free to post a link down below. If you get one of those things like sometimes it'll send me a message saying like I gotta review it, I'll approve it. If you can find that link to to Cardi B's first interview about the song. So she was saying that she was really hurt by that, and she went on to explain like those was like, basically that was the reason why she was like, for someone to be featured on a song with me, she would think that that person would at least have more respect about being on the song with her.
But I'm missing what she's upset about. You said she sounded irritable, but irritable about what? Like
irritable about being, I'm assuming, because I'm not Nicki, she was irritable about Cardi. She said Cardi seemed irritable about being asked about Nicki Minaj and the song itself. And she was saying like, instead of just saying like, I was glad to work with her or something like that, the first thing you're saying out your mouth is you didn't hear her verse or she changed her verse. Instead of, I guess showing her love about you're on a track with me or we're on a track together. She also was saying that, she also talked about how she got on the song. Now how she got on the song was, she said it was just, I guess, Quavo by himself. And she was saying that Quavo was explaining to her that this was going to be this would be a song for their group. And she was saying like she really wanted to be on that song because she was supposed to be on another song. But she said, no, this song is a hit. I really want to be on this song. So they agreed that she would be on that song. And then she said she got a phone call asking, is it cool if Cardi B come on the song? And she was like, yeah, well, let's do it. Let's make it happen. But I guess because they saying that Nicki changed her verse or whatever, it made it seem like at first, I'm assuming that, I guess some people say that.
This story's giving me a headache.
Yeah, it's
because it sounds like that Nicki Minaj is fishing for something to be mad about. I feel like if that was the case, if you were upset with her because she was irritable when somebody asked her about you, then why didn't you, first of all, okay, somebody's irritable, somebody X, but that's not something that I would be upset about and then turn around and make a song where I'm dissing her. Because at first, when I listened to that one song where she's talking about I never had to get on the pole and do this, that, and the third. At first,
what song is that?
It's a song that I heard. It was a clip on Instagram that I heard yesterday, and I don't know if that's an old song or a new song, but people were posting like it was a new song. At first, I thought maybe it was about Eve, but then a lot of people were saying they think it's about both. It's between either Eve or Cardi B, because you know Eve used to be a. But I didn't know if Eve and Nicki really had. But whatever the case may be, I just feel like it's silly. Like this is about to be an unnecessary beef.
I don't think it's unnecessary. I feel like I can understand where Nicki Minaj is coming from.
But she's kind of giving us a leadway or segue into what's to come. Well, I'm upset with Cardi B because Cardi B seemed like she was irritable and she didn't really, acknowledge the fact that whatever the case may be. So yeah, in the future, don't be surprised if you hear me dissing her. That's what it sounds like she's saying.
Well, if that's the case, then okay. I'm not really here for the beefs, but I definitely understand where she's coming from, because now you got. If I'm saying this way and you're being mom's the word about it, or you're being, I guess, shady about the whole situation, then yes, I'm going to feel some kind of way because you making me look like I'm the bad person.
But the bad person, how?
But you're not. But because you're not saying no, this is not what it was. And then she was also explaining like the day of the photo. I guess the day they did the video, Nicki Minaj wasn't able to do that day that when they were there because she had a scheduling conflict. And, she's saying that no one is defending her. Everybody is just letting the situation be what it is and making it look like, oh, Nicki didn't want to record, do the video that day with Cardi B. You know how everybody is like, oh, Nicki is jealous. Oh, you can't have two people on top.
But that's what it kind of seems like right now to me, because it kind of seems like you're trying to fish for a beef that isn't there. Quavo's not coming out to defend you. Cardi's like, well, what is it to defend? And then when did Nicki Minaj need Cardi B to defend or speak up for her? Nicki Minaj, I don't think ever needed Cardi B. So Nicki Minaj, if that's not how it was, if this is how it was, then say how it is and then move on. So now you gotta, oh, I'm mad at Cardi B. Like, we just talked about the other day how, and I was saying how I wanted friendly competition. You were saying no, because you're not. But now it seems like you all for this whole mess.
I'm not here for the mess, but I definitely understand where Nicki Minaj is coming from.
But Nicki Minaj is older than the both of us. She needs to grow up.
Yeah, she is older than. But if she got to get that shit off her chest, she got to get it off her chest.
But again, it sounds like she's trying to segue into what's to come in the future. Well, if I start to make this about her, this is what it's about. But it's like, it's unnecessary. Cardi has not once.
I don't think Nicki Minaj has a reason.
Do you think Cardi is thinking about Nicki Minaj?
I don't know. I don't know. She's on top.
Yeah, I don't think she is.
Right now she's on top.
Yeah, I don't think she is. Because I'm on top. I'm doing my thing. I'm not dissing you. I'm not saying anything bad about you. I'm just doing me.
If someone made it look like you were the bad guy and that person didn't defend you, how would you feel about that?
But how did she make it seem like she was the bad guy? She didn't say anything.
Because she didn't say anything, then people are believing it. Because first of all, it's good to have more than one person and two people. You can have a lot of people on top. Now, when you start working together, and then you got because the fans are the number one people that start shit. They go to your comments and stuff like that. When you see the new person coming for your crown, then you got everybody saying like, oh, you're the jealous one, or you're this and you're that. Not only that, she's also having to deal with the shit that she was going through with Remy Ma or whatever. Now that's old, but whatever. So she like people coming at me for that, and now I got people coming at me for about this song. People saying I guess I changed the lyrics to the song. Whatever. I don't care who changed what lyric to the song.
But was it lyrics that were changed? Were they dissing anybody?
I don't think they were dissing nobody. But I guess the original verse was, from what I've seen, if Cardi is the quarterback, then I'm Nick Lombardi. Now some people might think that that's shade, but if you don't know who Vince Lombardi is, then you're gonna think it's shade. Vince Lombardi was a head coach. He was all of that. So she's basically, bitch, she's on my team. We're on the same fucking team. So this is just stupid that people are saying like, oh, Nicki is just coming at her. She's not. I think it's good that Nicki clarified it. I don't think Nicki really want to beef, but Nicki finally got it off her chest. This is why I'm upset with her. And then she's saying like, bitch, I'm Nicki Minaj.
Well,
if anybody's
Vince
gonna
Lombardi is that the Super Bowl trophy is named after.
Yes, it's named after.
Who did you say the quarterback?
Cardi B.
Yeah, but what's the name that you use?
She just said the QB, quarterback.
Oh, okay.
QB for quarterback.
Somebody's name.
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I understand. But I just, to me, from the story that you're telling, it sounds silly. Now, maybe it needs to be a little. Maybe the story is more than what you got so far. But to me, it just sounds silly. You're upset because she didn't come to your defense about how the song was originally played out.
She didn't like how
Cardi's response.
She didn't like how she was feel like she was being slandered by saying that, you know.
But she said that Cardi didn't say anything.
She didn't defend her.
Right. So she didn't
I think she's upset with Cardi and Migos itself.
Right.
But more so Quavo.
Right.
And,
but she's taking it out on Cardi.
No, she's taking it on both of them because she basically she kept Quavo name and I didn't hear Offset name and I didn't hear the other member's name. Mm-hmm. She basically talked about that, but then she also was saying like, I didn't feel the genuine love. Like anytime, and I can attest to that. If somebody do a video with us, if we do a video with somebody, you expect for people to be like, yeah, shout out to the Skorpion show. You know, I'm a new YouTuber and stuff like that, and they work with me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How many YouTubers that you hang with, that you've partied with, that you've gone down to the blackout with, paid for tickets to our 10th anniversary?
I don't know. You're the person that's in charge of that.
Not one.
I believe there is one person that has bought one, but I don't know who else has.
What's their names?
James Colwell.
Oh, James Colwell. Yes, he has. Yes, but James Colwell was not at the blackout.
No,
that's what I'm talking about. None of them have paid for tickets to come to our show. That's, you know, I'm trying to make a point here, so I don't want nobody to get offended. But the point that I'm trying to make is, none of them who...
I'm surprised you know all of them.
Well, why wouldn't I know all of them? Half of them been doing it just as long as we have. Correct?
You don't watch them. But
I don't, but I know their names. And I know none of them have paid for a ticket. Okay. Because I'm the one who's getting the money.
Okay, so I'm going to let you finish your point.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because there's a point that needs to be made.
Well, go ahead and make your point.
Therefore, what I'm saying to you is, there are people out there, Nicki is upset with Cardi because she feels as though Cardi did not defend her or did not speak up on her behalf or whatever the case may be. It's a little childish to me. But what I'm saying about YouTubers and people who support you, because you're saying you can attest to that, well, nobody has supported us in the realm that you've supported them in the past, and I don't ever see you upset with them.
When you say I've supported, in what realm are you talking about?
How many block parties have we had, and how many YouTubers other than Ashley Miller has come to our events?
You had
A-Connect TV and
we've had
Nunu.
Yeah.
So those three.
Okay.
You party with a lot of them.
Yeah. But what is your point?
My point is you don't get upset with them because they don't support our stuff, do you?
Because I'm already a part of the blackout.
Okay, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. Nicki Minaj, you're already a part of this song with Cardi and Quavo. If you have an issue that Cardi did not vocally speak up on your behalf, then that's something that you should have said to her. But I feel like this right here is something small, and again, I feel like this is something because for some strange reason, I just have this strange feeling that Nicki Minaj is going to blow this up to be something that it should not be. Because I genuinely feel like Cardi B is not thinking twice about her. I think that Cardi B is riding on this Cardi B wave. She's having a good time, and now Nicki Minaj. First of all, why is it that the first week that you come out with 2 new singles, you're talking about how you're mad at Cardi B? What is that supposed to help sell your singles?
I don't think she didn't say she was mad. She did say that she was upset.
Well, she's expressing mad, upset. She's expressing her frustration at Cardi B. But I mean, why couldn't you let that ride after the album came out? I feel like you saying that you are upset with Cardi B is kind of you trying to push these singles along so that people can buy and say, oh, now I want to feel. I'm trying to figure out what it is that she's talking about. I feel like Nicki Minaj is too big of an artist now to even play in that type of. I would expect somebody like Cardi B and Remy Ma to dibble and dabble in that type of pettiness rather than Nicki Minaj. I mean, Nicki Minaj, how many more beefs are you going to go with each female artist? You got into a beef with Lil' Kim. You got into a beef with Remy Ma. God knows who else you got into another beef with. And now you're trying to segue into one with Cardi B. Like, when is enough enough?
I don't think she want to segue into one with Cardi B. I really feel where she's coming from.
I don't, because I think it's petty. At some point, adults need to be adults. And this is just childish. And then we talk about how Nicki Minaj's fan base is mostly teenagers. Yeah, because this kind of coonery is what's feeding these teenagers. They like this type of pettiness. Like, I still don't, I'm trying to understand, and maybe you're not explaining the story right, so that's why I'm not understanding it, and maybe somebody else will explain it correctly if you are explaining it right. But if you are,
I never got a chance to finish saying or explaining stuff like what she said about how Trina showed up to her. I just never got a chance to. Okay, well, we are.
You said it's too late now. No, it's not too late. Keep talking for like. Keep talking. I'm listening. And guess what? I'm gonna say another word. Just keep talking.
I'm just saying this. I understand where Nicki Minaj is coming from, and if she don't talk about this again, that's fine. I'm glad she finally got it off her chest. While she said that she was disappointed, while she said that she was upset about how that whole situation went down. Nicki, I just hope that you don't, like Mikhail was saying, like you making this sentence. I hope not. I hope that is not the case. I really hope that's not the case. But you have a right to feel the way you feel. And you are Nicki Minaj. You are the queen. Anybody that's on top right now, anybody that does a song with you, yes, I expect them to shout you out. Yes, I expect them to say, you know, thanks for being on a song with me or something like that. Just like you gave her a shout out and you proud that she's doing her thing. Yes, but let's not turn this to a whole negative situation. But you do have a right to feel the way you feel and you have a right to express it. But please don't take this on tour. Please don't go to the Breakfast Club talking about this. Please don't go to Ebro and talk about this. Please don't go on Sway in the Morning, Wendy Williams, all these other shows discussing it because you're going to look bitter. And, you know, Nicki, keep doing your thing. I really love Barbie Tings and I can't wait to see the video. I'm not excited about the other song, but definitely, Nicki, you know, keep doing your thing.
I have one more thing to say, even though I said I wasn't going to say anything. It's going to be impossible now for her to not go on these shows and talk about it when she's already started talking about it.
I don't think she had to she just said, I said what I said.
After talking about it right now, you think these other shows are not going to talk about it some more?
Of course they're going to want to, but she's going to have to know how to be Ray Charles's situation.
Just like how she feel, this situation.
Just like how she feel like how Cardi was not like wanting to discuss her and stuff like that, she has to do the same thing.
After she done already talked about it.
Well, hey, she got it off her chest. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And one more thing, I have invited everyone, every last YouTuber, not every last YouTuber because I haven't gotten around to all of them, but I definitely got to my main blackout. They don't have to purchase their tickets right away. A lot of people didn't buy their tickets right away. I'm talking about.
I said I'll be waiting for their
payments. Oh, I hope.
I ain't say nothing about they need to pay now. That's not what I said.
Bitch, this is going to be.
That's not what I said.
This is going to be.
It's not what I said.
I can see this now, and I want y'all not to.
It's not what I said.
Did Messi Mouse name come through? I know you said
no.
Oh, okay. Did Ashley Miller name come through?
Excuse me. I know these people's name.
All right. McKellis, I don't like this.
No,
I don't like
and it wasn't trying to be messy towards the YouTubers. It really wasn't. Now, I can't tell you how to take what I said. You receive it how you want to receive it. But I was trying to make a point, and the point was being there. If you're going to get upset with Cardi over something petty like that, then let's be petty about that. But the point that I'm trying to make is it's nothing to be petty about. Like you just said, they don't have to pay right now. And they may be paying in the future, but I feel like Nicki Minaj bringing that up and mentioning that about Cardi not, whatever the case may be, it's just a little bit petty. It's just petty. Just like me bringing that up about the YouTubers not paying, that was petty. That was the point that I was trying to make. That was being petty. I was being petty, even though I was trying to make a point. But the point that I was trying to make was petty. That's what I'm saying about Nicki Minaj. What she said about Cardi, I feel like that's petty.
Cardi, you got a right to, Nicki, you got a right to feel the way you feel, and you got that off your chest, but again, don't go on tour with that.
But I wish I would have said, you know what, Nicki, but I would have been like, all aboard if she would have said that Cardi said something bad about her, but she didn't say Cardi said anything bad about her. She said that Cardi didn't say anything.
Yeah, but I know one thing though, Nicki. You are the queen, and yes, if you do a song with someone,
let Cardi B be Cardi B.
If you do a song with somebody new, yes, I will expect them to shout you out or say thank you for being on a song with them. I mean that's common courtesy. Now since we're talking about thank yous, you did. Let's be for real, Nicki. You took your whole look from Lil' Kim. And not one time have you paid homage to Lil' Kim.
Exactly. So then why is it that she's calling out Cardi B?
Because she's on top now.
But Lil' Kim is a legend.
And Lil' Kim is a legend too, and she kept scooting down. Lil' Kim is a legend, and she kept scooting down to Nicki Minaj.
She sure did.
You stole my stuff.
She sure did. She sure did. But you know what? But you know what? It's so sad because she don't have to pay homage, or she don't have to say this to Lil' Kim, but Cardi got to speak up.
No,
for her.
I think that she
it doesn't
should
make any sense.
I think that she should have, and that's why I feel like Nicki Minaj is not. She's not like in the in crowd with the other females of hip hop. Like, it only took me one time to see that time when they paid tribute to Missy and Salt and Pepper and all the other Queen Latifah and all the other girls, and the main queen of hip hop and R&B, well, hip hop right now, she wasn't there. Nicki Minaj was not there, and I'm just like, well, where is Nicki? Y'all got all of this unity going on, and Nicki Minaj,
she probably was somewhere recording.
It does not matter. Her ass should have been there.
Well, you know.
And VH1, I think
it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now that Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim thing, I'm over it.
We
all know that what it is. We all know what it is. Those of us that are adults, we know what it is. It is what it is. And you know, Missy Elliott, one of my followers posted this video on Instagram today where Missy Elliott was talking about legends, and he was saying she just doesn't like how, because you have reached a certain point, and if somebody big comes along, then somehow the legends are disqualified. And I said, this is it's spot on. It's spot on. Yeah. But you can't tell that to this particular generation because they don't understand it. They don't believe it. I was in the barbershop not too long ago, and we were talking about this. One guy was saying how he don't really care for female rappers. This is not my words, him. He just was like, he don't understand how there's a place in hip-hop for female rappers.
Wow.
But he was a young, ignorant, heterosexual black man.
Did you say
and me and his uncle, because his uncle was cut, and we just went off, and he was like, well, besides Nicki, like, what female rapper out there has done it? So then we started naming people, and I said, well, Missy Elliott's a legend. He said, Missy Elliott? Who the hell? And we said, what? You don't know. Yeah, but it was just the ignorance of this generation.
They need to do a story on Missy.
It's beyond ignorance. Yes. The fact that he even said he felt as though female rappers don't have a place in hip hop was just ignorant alone. Mm-hmm. It was ignorant. It was sexist. It was misogynist. It was just all of those things. Mm-hmm. But then when he went on to say about Missy Elliott, like, well, how is she a legend? Like, he was really confused at how Missy Elliott was a legend. So I was like, oh my God.
A writer, a singer, a rapper, a producer.
And I felt, all of having to explain. You're the Nicki, Missy Elliott. But I felt like I was defending Beyonce.
And her videos are iconic and legendary.
Yes.
Bitch, she set the tone for videos. And I don't think nobody out is going to do this better than that.
And it was so sad because you have a lot. When I heard him say that, I started thinking about Nicki Minaj fans who say that about Lil' Kim. They feel like, what has she done? And you know what I mean? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is a reincarnation of Lil' Kim. How dare you not see that? Mm-hmm. But they don't see it.
Yeah. We've been saw it.
Yes.
And I just wish that even one day if Nicki and Lil' Kim could squash their beef, that would be a great day in hip hop, because all of that stuff that they've been through, and the things that they said about each other, that was petty too. All of it, but controversy creates cash.
Right. Look at Nas and Jay-Z. They have one of the
businessmen
beefs in hip hop, and legendary at that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And they took their time with their beefs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is.
Another legendary beef was Drake and Meek Mill. Drake dragged the hell out of Meek Mill.
God.
And I felt bad for all these Meek Mill fans in Philly because they just was like, they were supporting Meek Mill down, but they didn't want to accept the fact that a light-skinned guy from Canada that came from a TV show named Degrassi had drugged the shit out of this North Philly hood nigga. They couldn't accept that. And Drake drugged the shit out of Meek Mill. He really did in that beef. Yeah. He really did. Meek had no chance.
No.
He really did.
And speaking of Meek Mill, I posted a question on Instagram today. I had time today. As y'all can see, I posted about 10 times today. I had time. And I put, everybody is visiting Meek Mill in prison, from the mayor to team owners and players. What about everybody else in Meek's situation?
Yeah.
What will Philadelphia, the mayor, owners, and players, and Meek do to change the system once he's released? Now, you had the New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft come. You had the Sixers owner go. You had our governor speak out about it. His name is Tom Wolf. You had our mayor, Jim Kenney. He went. A lot of the basketball players from the 76ers has visited him. And just, a lot of the rappers have had something to say about Meek Mill being put in prison. Now, his judge, Janice Brinkley, said that she felt like he was, basically that she was just tired of letting him get away with things like that. He had got arrested 2 times. One for an airport scuffle that he got into last year, and another one he was riding a motorcycle bike in Manhattan without a helmet. So with those things, Meek Mill's probation officer recommended that he not go to prison for those things, but the judge felt otherwise, that he should go to prison.
She wanted to make an example.
Make an example, so she sent him to prison for 2 to 4 years. So his lawyers has been fighting this, and a lot of people have been speaking out against this. Now, this is how I felt. I felt like he shouldn't have been in those situations, period. To be in this situation. I feel that Meek needs to change his whole surroundings. He's going to have to become kind of like how I don't think Jay-Z had all of those problems, but he's going to have to be like the Jay-Z of Philadelphia, where he beats adversity, where he just straight changed his whole life around. That's the only way he can get the system off his back. And this is stemming back to him being arrested back in 2007, where he allegedly pointed a gun at a police officer, and Meek says that the officers beat him up. And something that hasn't been discussed is one of the officers who said that Meek pointed the gun at him, the new DA in Philadelphia, he has a list of officers who can never testify against people because they have been known to be liars. And one of the officers' names is on that list. I'm
surprised that they're even still officers.
Yeah. Oh, the one that their name is on the list, he's retired. He's no longer on the force after 20-something years. But I just feel like
pension and all that.
I guess. Hey, I would get mine too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, after being seen as a liar, that means that he's probably put a lot of innocent people behind bars with his testimony.
Yeah, and they're not releasing the names of who these officers are because a lot of people who are locked up are going to try to get out.
Of course not.
I just feel like, Meek, you really have to change your life. All of the things that you used to do, all of that has to cease because they will always be on your back. And you're going to have to do some things like how T.I. did. Like, you're known to be a community man, but you're going to have to go above and beyond. You really might have to start programs if you have not already started it. I say do a reality show like T.I. did. T.I. doing that, it changed his whole life.
That was an awesome reality show.
Yes.
I love that reality show.
Yes. So I feel like that's what he needs to do. And then, once you get out, every last person that went to go visit you, they need to all do something to reform our justice system and how people are being locked up for old crimes or on just being put in prison for no reason or just excessive, what's the word I'm looking for? Excessive jail stints. It shouldn't be happening. I just feel like if first of all, if I go to jail, if I ever went to jail, once I get out, I would do whatever I can to never go back. Because one thing I love is my freedom. Okay? Right. I don't need nobody telling me when I can shit, when I can piss, when I can sleep, when I can eat, when I can drink, when I can play basketball, when I can lift weights. I don't need nobody telling me to do none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Meek, you're really going to have to change. And I want to see what the mayor of our city has to say. I haven't heard him say anything. But what are you going to do to reform our justice system here? All of you guys, the governor, the Sixers owners, the Sixers players, you guys are going to have to do more than just say free Meek. Maybe you guys are going to need to start a program to find other people who are in jail for the same reasons that Meek was in. Y'all gonna have to find all these people. Because if it's good for one, it should be good for all.
That's right. And it begins. He's laughing because he doesn't know what I'm talking about. But I'm about to tell y'all.
Don't say something, Beyonce.
Nicki Minaj just tweeted.
Oh my God.
How can you say someone changed their verse and forget to say Quavo told me to remove my singing part, which I loved, and Atlantic told me to remove your name from my verse per your request. So how were those changes going to happen if I didn't change my verse?
Now let me see that.
At 6:11,
How can you say someone changed their verse?
it begins. I just sat here and said that I can see this segueing into something. And it began. Oh, because then there's going to be a response.
I hope that Cardi don't respond. Cardi is having one of the best weeks. I mean, it's crazy.
I just sat here and said I can see this happening, and it's happening.
And I said I hope it don't. But hey,
because I felt like for her to even bring it up, that means that she wants this. So to
I
me,
hope that's a real tweet. Let me go to her Twitter.
Yes, it's a real tweet. She just tweeted it.
Let me go. I'm going to her Twitter right now. Because you know how people be making shit up.
The Shade Room posted it, and Nicki Minaj. 6:11. Did she delete it?
Yep, it's still there.
Yeah, it's hers.
Yeah. But you know, like what she said. She said, "I will never ever come for Trina because Trina put me on when nobody else would put me on." I mean, I felt all of why Nicki felt the way she felt, and I really felt that she was like, "You didn't say thank you to me," and you know, bitch, I do understand why she feel that way. You gonna let everybody come for me like that, and you not defend me? Yes, I'm disappointed with you. But now, Nicki, please, no. This is not what hip hop needs. This is not what hip hop needs.
Nicki Minaj she's what do you call your favorite word? She's a common denominator. It just is what it is, Kevin.
But Nicki didn't start that feud with.
I didn't say she started.
I'm about to say because she didn't start that feud with Remy. Remy came for her. She came for her, and her husband wrote that rhyme, and then she tried to do it again. She thought she was going to do it back to back like Drake, and it didn't work. But see, Nicki got all them bitches together on that new song, Barbie Tings. I love that song. I really forgot about that other song. Who was that? We got a bunch of shit to talk about. Khloe Kardashian is giving birth to a baby girl with her boyfriend Tristan, or with probably her now. She's a single mother now because I know she's not with Tristan no more. After all that shit went down,
never know.
And you never know, especially when it comes to these Kardashians and black men. I mean, she might have a line of them waiting to get in line to get with her. I don't know all the facts, but I'm not going to do this to that. I'm not. But I tell you what.
Look at the front of his pants. Look at the front of his pants.
I'm happy that Khloe has given birth to a baby. I'm happy that Khloe.
Yeah, you go to a nursing home and you smell it.
You're trying.
What's the last time you been to a nursing home?
Oh, well, mine was in there. That was like a nursing home. It didn't smell bad to me.
A rehabilitation center.
It was like, no, it was a rehabilitation center / nursing home.
Yeah, that's what they are. That's what most of them are.
But them people was like, one man was like, I remember him, he was sitting in a wheelchair and he was just saying like how his family never came back together.
Yeah.
And he was there, he said he's been there 15 years.
I thought you were about to say 50 years. I'm going to say he's lying. He must have dementia.
15 years. Yep. He's like, you take care of your mom as long as you can because you don't want her in this situation.
Yeah, they leave him.
They
leave him in there and it's sad. Yeah. But we're not going to talk about that because I'm going to start getting sad.
Because Khloe Kardashian, she gave birth, she has a healthy baby, and they were saying that the whole family unfollowed Tristan on social media. Who gives a fuck? Listen, Khloe knew what she was doing.
Yeah, he's going to do him.
Wasn't she messing with other men while she was married?
Well, she was messing with him while he was with his pregnant girlfriend.
Yeah.
And, my friend, I posted this.
And I didn't even know that. But that's karma because I forgot all about that. That's her karma.
It is her karma.
And people are like, oh no, Kevin, you shouldn't say that. That's so rude. No, it's karma.
Listen, my friend posted this.
Even Kim got with Kanye when he was still with old girl.
Yeah. My friend
that's what they're known to do.
And he said, everyone acting all shocked because Tristan got caught with the side chick. He's 27 and rich. Broke niggas cheat, so y'all think a rich nigga won't learn life. Okay? Because broke guys are quick to stick in something. And they're broke. Anything walking. So you think somebody like first of all, Tristan Thompson is a very nice looking guy and he's rich. And he's young. So you think he's not going to be cheating? Look at Allen Iverson. Allegedly, but not allegedly.
Oh, no, that's not allegedly.
He cheated on his wife.
At TGI Fridays all the time. And that's his spot.
Yeah.
TGI Fridays.
Not no more.
On City Avenue. I don't know about that no more. I don't know. But yeah, I heard all kinds of stories about Allen Iverson and his prime. Yeah. You never told me, but I can believe it.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Yeah. The things that he would do in the bathrooms.
What bathrooms? No, I don't think he would take it to a bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, because I got to take this first to a bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jesus.
God. I hope y'all hit that like button. If y'all in the middle of this video and you still ain't hit the like button, please click that like button. Don't come back in here again.
I'm not.
Get that spray from the fucking bathroom. It's a Lysol in there. You think I want to smell that? I have.
I don't think it stinks. I don't think it stinks.
Yeah, I don't. It's a lot of things I don't think. But, woo!
That is not an air
I
freshener.
know.
Stop spraying that.
Yes, it is.
And your room is surprisingly clean.
Yeah, I straightened it up a little bit, but I gotta get some
little
stuff
bit.
around here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's straight.
Yeah.
There's no play time for it.
No, don't try me. No big please. So, yeah. So, Khloe, I don't feel bad for you, but I'm glad that you gave birth to a new baby girl, and you have a whole Kardashian clan, and she has a bunch of cousins that will take care of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kardashians, they are a name.
They are a clan.
A synonymous name.
Known for. Shout out to A-Marie for being the only one not going after a black man.
Who?
What's her name? Not A-Marie. What's her name? She looks like A-Marie.
Courtney.
Courtney, yeah. Shout out to Courtney. Kourtney Kardashian. You know, I seen on Instagram that A-Marie's pregnant, the real A-Marie. But I was just like, congratulations. And you kept moving. I mean, what else to say? I think her music career is done. And it's no
You
shit.
think? I used to love A-Marie.
Yeah, remember I told y'all when she added that extra eye, I hope it wasn't for irrelevancy.
Oh my God.
That's
I used
exactly
to
what happened.
love her.
Yes.
Child, A-Marie, just one thing.
Yeah.
Well,
And Janet Jackson wants you guys to dance with
another
her.
extra eye.
Yeah. Irrelevance. Alright, for all the Skorpion Show fans out there, I want to see y'all dance with Janet. I want a Skorpion Show viewer to be on that stage with Janet Jackson. She has this new campaign where she's looking, I don't think she's looking for one dance, I think she's looking for a bunch of new dancers. And she's using the hashtag Dance with Janet. You must follow her on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Musical.ly. And if you want to dance with her or audition, put up a 30-second video of you dancing to one of her songs. Mm-hmm. And the video must be 30 seconds or less. If it's more than 30 seconds, your video will not be viewed. And she also has some auditions. So if you're in the California area, go to janetjackson.com for more details. Yeah, and use the hashtag Dance with Janet. And I'm going to be looking at some of them. Mariah Carey discussed with People magazine that she suffers from bipolar 2 disorder. And I never knew that there were more than one version of bipolarness. Either they had bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. Mariah Carey suffers from bipolar 2. So she suffers from depression, hypomania, which I found out that is not as severe as bipolar 1 with hypomania. But she suffers from irritability. She could be irritable, sleepless nights, and she could be hyperactive. And she also said that she had periods where she was lonely and sad and just real irritable. And she was diagnosed back in 2001, and she said that she did not want to believe that. And I think that was the time when she went on MTV, and I remember the TRL thing. It was just not a good look for Mariah at that time. It was pretty bad, and it was very embarrassing. And
remind me, because I saw people talk about it, but I couldn't remember. They said something about an ice cream truck?
I don't remember the ice cream truck. I remember that she came on there like with a bra on and shorts on, and it just was just not a good look for Mariah.
It wasn't around the time when she was diagnosed?
Maybe so. Or when she went into the hospital that time. That's when they diagnosed her.
And she never came out and said it.
No, she's never discussed it.
I wonder why she decided to now.
Because I think it's just time to face it, and Mariah Carey's getting older, and I think it can't hurt you to tell your truth.
No.
And
Jennifer Lewis.
Yeah,
she's working more than ever.
Exactly.
She's working more than ever.
Yeah, and Jennifer Lewis was saying like, you know, people should discuss it, and you know, especially when you're black, nobody wants to talk about going to the doctors, or nobody wants to talk about being diagnosed with anything because they don't want to believe it, or they don't want to take their medication when they should be taking their medication, and you know, it's just going to be, you know, I'm sympathetic towards Mariah Carey, and I feel like she can be a great advocate for people with bipolarness, but I don't know like how this is going to help her musically.
No,
or
it's not, because that voice is not there. It's not. It's that train left too.
Yeah.
That train left two September, spring, summers ago. Check.
You ain't right.
It did.
You ain't.
And then they had the nerve to find a clip when she said it again in 2010.
Yeah, but this time it was even more embarrassing.
She's been using that bit for 8 years.
September, spring, summer.
Summer, fall, April. What?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but she's a legend.
Yeah.
And there's nothing and I'm like Missy, you can't take nothing away from her. I don't care what Ariana Grande comes along, what Christina Aguilera comes along. I don't care. You can't take nothing away from Mariah and Carey. Okay? Mariah Carey will always be Mariah Carey, and she will always have the most played and the most listened to Christmas soundtrack of all time. Okay?
Yeah, her kids don't ever have to work because every Christmas,
all I want for Christmas is on.
Yeah. So it's, before it becomes a traditional song, her family will always get paid for that song, probably for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And their children's children.
Yeah.
Mariah,
she did that. And she did that a long time ago. I think it was like 1993.
Over 200 million records. I think she's the most, and it could be her or Celine Dion, the most successful female artist of all time.
All you hear is, well, as soon as you hear, I don't want a lot for Christmas.
And you could be in any mall. I don't even think the mall is going to be existing anymore.
Let me tell you something. When you hear that, you be like, you better go off Mariah.
Yeah.
That is a legend.
Yeah. And I'm glad, I'm really glad that Mariah is talking about it, and she has got nothing but love and support, you know, especially from her fans.
And the Skorpion show. But I will say this, I think we all kind of knew something was going on.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad that she's speaking out on it. Because we need to talk. People need to talk about this.
Full of ball gowns.
I don't know. But I remember when they showed her house on Cribs a long time ago, and they said that this was before the World Trade. Yes.
Her penthouse.
That was like one of the best. Bitch.
She don't live there no more.
No, hell no.
No. I don't even think it's there no more. Yeah, but I remember right after 9/11, they had re-aired that episode of Cribs. And then they showed you afterwards the towers had fell and how her penthouse, because she had a balcony and she stood and looked right at the World Trade Center, like you could almost touch them, and how it was covered with the soot and stuff, whatever the case may be. But yeah, that was a long time ago. That's when TV used to be good.
Yeah. And then she, you know, this also goes to explain her relationships with
men. Yeah,
Nick Cannon and that new guy, James somebody, who was a billionaire, the billionaire.
Oh. The billionaire. But she's still with the dancer, right?
I don't know. She might still be with that dancer, Brian Tanaka, one of the Tanakas. She's with one of them.
Well, one of them used to be a news anchor, right?
It's a Tanaka from somewhere. It could have been a wrestler. I don't know.
The Takanomi building was in Die Hard, the first one.
I don't remember that.
It was. In Die Hard, the very first one.
That's Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's the very first one when his wife and her coworkers got held hostage in that tower. And Carl Winslow from Family Matters was security guard. No,
yeah, I heard he's supposed to be coming back to do another one.
Another what?
Die Hard.
He probably will. Die Hard franchise is really big.
Yeah, don't they have like 5 of those movies?
I don't know, but I know the last one that came out recently, I did not see.
A couple years ago.
And I think it was him with and the son or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then you know, to think about it, if Nick Cannon is, and she always felt like somebody might leak out that she has bipolar disorder, but no one has never done.
I wonder if any of her husbands knew.
I'm sure that Nick knew.
Why
Nick had to know.
I hope so. And then they had kids.
And then Nick, she's dealing with her thing, and then he's dealing with lupus. Remember, he had it real bad.
Yeah.
That time when we met him, he just came out the hospital. So like they're dealing with their stuff, and then. You know, Mariah's going to be Mariah. That's just me. She's still going to be Mariah Carey, but Mariah, stay on your meds, do your thing. If you want to keep singing, take your medicine.
I mean,
and
let me
just
tell you
keep
something.
going.
I'm not mad at her if she wants to keep singing because she's selling out.
And yeah, I'm about to keep buying them.
I'm not going to go see her sound like that. That's one. But people do. I'm not. I'm trying to be funny.
And you know what
I'm
the
not.
crazy thing is? You'll find somebody that will find a real good vocal clip from that show and be like, look, bitch, I told you Mariah.
But the other 2 hours are a mess. Huh? No, I don't know. I won't be.
Well, if there's an event like Mariah as a publicist and they, you know, I'll go. Mariah was here on my birthday, but she canceled that show.
I don't want to see her sound like that.
They went to see Whitney.
Oh
right?
my God, that was horrible.
But she knew not to do that here. She knew.
And then she
just
had to
said
go
that
to the
about
audience to get the microphone and hit the high notes. Isn't that horrible? That's so sad. Don't talk about her. She's going. Oh, Whitney, why did you do that? Oh my God, Whitney. Who would have ever thought back in 1995 that Whitney Houston wouldn't be able to sing no more? I'd never thought that. If you'd have told me 20-something years ago, you know Whitney Houston one day is not going to ever be able to sing again, I'd be like, bitch, you are lying.
It was people that did hard drugs and that, and they
still sound good.
Shaka Khan. And you know she's from the 70s.
Okay? Ain't no drugs harder than from the 70s, okay? Those were hard drugs, okay? They had them wearing all kinds of colors.
Yes. And they talk about those nights at Studio 54.
Oh,
Bitch.
they said Michael Jackson didn't have to wait in line. I guess.
Well, I wouldn't. Neither.
Can you imagine once he came in, those drugs probably came all the way out.
Well, don't do
Studio 54. Oh, I saw it. You are a mess.
I didn't do nothing crazy.
But you are a whore.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Why is that on your phone?
Because I have it on my phone.
And then you had the nerves go like this.
Because I knew
cover
you
it.
were something.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, who is this? And you gonna talk about
Me?
no,
My first lady.
no.
My church.
Who's that? Now that person's in your phone, so that's somebody important.
Yeah, it is. Important, because you know I don't say no. You know I don't.
And when he said that, he said yes. When it came up, something's going on after he leaves this house.
No.
He called me the Mr. 54.
But the name is saved.
Mm-hmm.
That is an alert from.
I don't do that. I'll tell you one thing. Bitch, I'll tell you one thing. If you do have one of those things on your phone, and if you're on Grindr,
Don't
and
be
you
in no
share
funeral.
your status with people,
I was at a funeral one day and the whole church had
Bitch.
ding ding.
and that person didn't never think to mute their phone. I hope you're trying.
I'm not.
What? See, come on, keep it quiet, keep it cute. But for those that share their status on those sites, Grindr was actually selling your information to people.
Oh wow!
So
It's like this Facebook situation.
yeah, and with Facebook, let me tell you something. That shit was all a game right there. With Mark Zuckerberg and stuff like that. That was all a game. Y'all ain't coming for Twitter. Twitter got your information. Instagram and Facebook, the same company. They all got profiles and stuff on us. Like even like if you Google someone, like there's a website that has like a track of websites you're on, like Facebook, Twitter, like all the social media. Like they're all in cahoots with each other. So them coming at Mark Zuckerberg, you know, our information should be more secure. But I'm telling you one thing. Russia did not send us to the voting booths to press the button. They may have had an influence, but they can't tell you who to vote for. You only do that. So, you know, I do think that they worked with Russia somewhere. But, you know, Russia was smart. They knew how to get our system, and who's to say that we're not doing it somewhere else?
Yeah.
Who's to say that we don't have an American troll farm and we're trolling people in England and over in Russia and other places? Well, we can't do nothing in Russia because that's government control. But you just never know.
Yeah. You're right. I'm not disputing that. You're right.
Yeah. And Colin Kaepernick, he was supposed to have a tryout. He was supposed to go over to the Seattle Seahawks and I guess have a discussion. But once it was revealed that when they asked him a part of the condition, will you stop kneeling, he said no, that they canceled the tryout or whatever. Whatever it was, he was supposed to go over there. And it's this big thing going on Twitter. And I still need the NFL, and I need for all of these team owners and teams to know that the kneeling process is not about disrespecting the American flag and about our troops. It is about the state of America when it comes to police brutality. And he has a right to kneel, and any other person has a right to kneel and sit down. I know it seems like a broken record, we gotta keep saying this, but I hope that one of these team owners have the balls to go meet up with Colin Kaepernick and have them on the team. If y'all running over to Meek Mill all the way to a prison over here, then you should have time to meet up with Colin Kaepernick.
I posted this 5 days ago, and it says, racism is so American that when we protest racism, the average American assumes we're protesting America.
Let me see that. Racism is so American that when we protest racism, the average American assumes, yeah.
Because it's such a normal thing here, that when we start protesting it, not the average American, white America, assumes that we're protesting America. We're not protesting America. We're protesting the injustices that America has with its system.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what's so crazy? Because I was watching The View today. Did you watch The View today?
Yes.
Did you see when Katie Couric was on there?
That was yesterday.
Okay, well, did you see when she was on there?
Yes.
Okay, so did you see the part where she was talking about her special that was coming on, and she talked to
the Muslims and stuff
the
like
EMT white workers, and she talked to them about she talked to a group of white EMT workers about, you know, how they felt about you know, Colin Kaepernick protesting and Black Lives Matter, and they all said, well, all lives matter, and they felt like Colin Kaepernick protesting was, of course, against America. And then she said at that very moment, a black EMT worker walked in the room, and he sat down and he started giving his take. And they showed the clip when he was giving his take about when he was a young man and how he used to see people hanging from trees and things of that nature. And then all of the white guys in the room said, you know, one of them said, after hearing you say this, you know, I have a whole different outlook on, you know, what goes on. And the other one said, yes, me too, you know, because I feel like we all at some point didn't want to really have that conversation with you because we didn't want to offend you. And I said to myself, but this is a conversation that's been going on for years. Black people on the news have been trying to tell you this for years, but now as soon as your coworker who's black comes to the room and tries and schools y'all, then all of a sudden y'all, now I understand.
When it doesn't affect them, it doesn't affect them.
But Whoopi made a very good point. Whoopi said, but you know what? People like that are the same people that as soon as they leave, they say that they get it, but then they go home and watch a certain news network, Fox, and then they hear them talking that crazy shit, and then they back to believing what they believed originally. You know, it's just crazy how...
I just want y'all to sit there and watch Fox News just for the first, like, give it 10 minutes, and just like your whole, like, where did they get this thinking from?
Yeah.
But sometimes I just watch because I want to hear the opposite view. But it just seemed like every time I watch, I'm hearing something about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's not the president.
He's never been the president. Ever.
And while they were talking about all of this shit going down with Michael Cohen and Donald Trump, Fox News was talking about baboons having sex or gorillas having sex. Like, bitch, what? And CNN, ABC, everybody's talking about Michael Cohen. You talking about monkeys having sex. Yes, bitch. Alright, at 8:30 at night.
8:30 at night, the same time where everybody else was talking about the big news story, you're talking about baboons having sex.
See? That's Trump control.
Yeah, they're squaring the narrative. They don't want you to know about that. And they probably only talked about the Michael Cohen break-in for 5 minutes.
Yeah, because it's a witch hunt.
Yeah, it's a witch hunt.
Let me see what this is. Yeah, so
you are a whore.
No, I'm not. No, and when you look at it, I want you. It's not.
I
bad.
don't want to look at it.
It's not bad. So yeah, Serena Williams has a documentary coming on HBO called Being Serena, and it talks about, you know, I guess it documents her life from her pregnancy through her marriage to where she is right now. It's a 5-part series. It starts May the 2nd, which is a Wednesday night, and it'll come on every Wednesday on HBO. So if you are a Serena Williams fan or if you love documentaries, please make sure y'all check that out. Also, HBO had a documentary on this past Tuesday about the life of Andre the Giant. And you don't even have to watch wrestling to know Andre the Giant, or you may have seen him in The Princess Bride, or you may have seen him in other movies and things like that. But it discussed his life from growing up in France to how he became a big attraction here in America in wrestling. And it was a great documentary. And even if you are not a wrestling fan, you can watch it and you can, you know, learn about his life. And the ending was just very, very sad. And I never knew.
Don't tell her because I want to watch it. What is it called? Oh no, you can tell.
It's just called Andre.
It's on HBO.
Yeah, they just you know, they gave people. They just talked about his death, like
when he passed away.
Yeah, it was just sad.
It's sad. This is it right here.
Yep.
Speaking of, I think I spoke about the Martin Luther King special on HBO. King in the Wilderness. That's a good one.
No, like Martin Luther King.
Yeah, it just came on like last week. It was marking the 50th anniversary of his death.
I didn't see.
And they had it's called King in the Wilderness. It's on HBO, and the documentary is like the last 18 months of his life. Mm-hmm. So it's like 1966 going into whatever the case may be. 1968. Yeah. It's so good. And he talked about how towards the end of his life, the civil rights movement started to switch from down south to up north. And of course, they interviewed people like Andrew Young, and they were talking about how the civil rights movement up north was way, they didn't expect it to be much harder than what it was down south, because they said, of course, down south they expected the racism, mm-hmm. but up north they said they totally didn't think that it was going to be as bad as it was. And go ahead.
When they say like up north, are they talking about like Chicago?
Like, like up north or whatever the case may be, because I think at one point he had went to California over the West Coast, and I think that one city, I think it was Detroit that he went to. I'm not, don't quote me, but it was one of the cities that he went to, and it was like really bad. They had rented an apartment for him in the ghetto, and he stayed there, and he lived amongst the people because he was trying to. Chicago. No, you didn't see it because it's new.
And they threw bricks and all of that stuff.
No,
like, this was like a riot or something like that. I've heard about this somewhere.
It just came out, Kevin, so you couldn't have seen it in a long time.
Maybe I seen something from.
Because it just came out April 4th. When it's a brand new documentary.
Okay.
It's a brand new because it was marking the 50th anniversary of his death, so it's brand new. But they were talking about it was in Chicago because Richard Daley was the mayor. And they were talking about how they were trying to get better housing for minorities or whatever the case.
Yeah, I heard this story before.
So it was just really good. And then there was one clip when they had the viewing for his body, not at his funeral, but the viewing for his body, and it was at I think it was Spelman or Morehouse, one of those black colleges. Please don't get upset if I got which one it is wrong. But it was one of those, and they had the viewing for his body, and they were just talking about. They showed the clip when his father came in to view his body, and his father like lost it, like fell out, and they had to carry his father. It was so sad, like it broke my heart, because him and his father worked together. His father was we all think that Martin Luther King was the senior pastor of Ebenezer, but he wasn't. He was the co-pastor. His father was the senior pastor. Martin Luther King was under his father. So his father was the senior pastor, and then it was him who was the co-pastor. But for some strange reason, we all kind of think that he was the senior pastor. But he wasn't. I mean, he was, a pastor, but he wasn't the lead pastor. Like at my church, my pastor is the lead pastor, whatever the case may be. It was his father who was the lead pastor at Ebenezer. And it was so sad to see his father break down like that, because it was like he's sitting there staring at his son. That family has a tragic story.
I've never seen any pictures of that.
What?
Of his father like viewing his body.
I know, me neither. I never saw anything. Me neither, Kevin. And then this documentary is really good because they show his father walking in, and then his father's just breaking down, and they having to carry his father like to the seat or whatever the case may be. But it's a tragic story because like a few months later, his brother died, drowned in his house. And then, a few years later, his mother was killed in the church. Somebody, a black man came in and shot his mother in the church or whatever the case may be. But it's just their family had a real tragic. The only ones that really lived long was his wife, his father, and his sister, because his sister's like 90 now. But they're the only ones that really had
But they do got a new generation of kings, and I never even knew.
But one of them, Martin Luther King's brother, his daughter, Martin Luther King Jr., his brother's daughter is the one who be on the news sometimes.
Alveda King, she's a Fox News head.
Yeah, that's what I ain't want to say nothing bad, but
yeah, well that's true. Yeah, but I knew that Martin Luther King's son, Martin Luther King III, he had a daughter. I never knew that, because I just thought it was just. The three surviving members, and then but now it's a new generation.
But I think they all had children.
I didn't never hear. Dexter definitely got no children.
He don't. He's a nice looking guy. He's a nice looking wife too.
Yeah, they never had been
I thought the sister who died the daughter who died had kids, or she didn't. Maybe she
I
didn't.
never heard about. You talking about Yolanda? I don't know. And I don't think Bernice got any kids. I don't
Well,
think
they kind of all up in age to be having kids, and
but you
starting to have kids.
Yeah, true. I don't know how Mr. King did, but men can have kids at any time.
Yeah, they can. But females is a different story.
Yes. But I'm just saying, like, if they are out there, you don't never see them like having speeches or
That's
anything.
true.
And
You don't know if they have any
would be.
grandkids. If Martin Luther King has any grandkids,
He just has one that I know of. If y'all know about anybody else, let me know. And I didn't even know she was out until they did the March for Guns. She's like down in 10.
Oh, so she's young. She's not a big girl.
Yeah, but you know they're up there. Like the one just turned 50. Like they're older. They are.
Well, it must be the youngest who just turned 50.
Yeah. So the other one's got to be like close to like 50.
No, she couldn't be just turned 50.
Yolanda was what?
The youngest is Bernice.
Bernice is the youngest.
Yeah, and in '68, Bernice was a big girl when her father died, so she couldn't have just turned 50. Yeah. And what I mean by big girl, like 8 or 9. It's 5, 6, not no baby.
Yeah, because she's the one that was in her mother's lap.
Oh, yes, that's the youngest.
So she was about maybe 5. I would say 5.
Maybe around that age, but none of them couldn't have just turned 50, Kevin, because 50 years ago was 68.
Yeah, but they up there. They gotta be at least. Some gotta be at least 60 or going on 60.
Let me see, how old is she? Bernice King.
We having a whole conversation about how old is this kid?
Yeah, she's 55. So
okay.
She's the youngin'.
So the other ones are close to 60 or in their 60s, except for Yolanda, who passed away a couple years ago. She passed away right after her mother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
2007, she passed away. She was an actress too, because she was in The Ghost of Mississippi. Yeah, I saw her there.
Is that with the? I think she was in something else too.
She was in a few things, but I remember that movie with her in it. She would be, if she was still living, she would be 62.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's the oldest.
Yeah, they were saying something funny was going on with Dexter, but they said they weren't gonna make that.
They were having the family was beefing with him at one point after the mother died because he was trying to.
They was trying to sell, like y'all.
Yeah, but he looked a little shady, and I don't mean to be, but look, he looked like his father did.
Yeah, he really looks like my father.
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying it. No, I'm not. You're not gonna give me that.
Somebody finally responded to me on Ancestry. About time.
On Jack?
Ancestry.
Oh. Yeah, they all are a little sneaky. Look at her. She needs to go somewhere and sit down.
She ate real good in her life. Let me stop. Kevin, don't say that.
Yeah.
You're so wrong.
Yeah, don't do that.
Now tell them about Wild Wild West before we get up out of here.
Wild Wild Country, not Wild Wild West.
Oh, Wild Wild. I didn't see the whole Wild Wild Country.
You didn't see it. You wrote it the fuck down.
Because my pen was covering it like that. I'm thinking Wild Wild West. Tell them about Wild Wild Country.
Wild Wild Country is a documentary on Netflix that I really misjudged when I first saw it because I even posted something about it. And I was a few minutes in, but I had gotten this feeling. So Wild Wild Country, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but it's about I don't want to say a cult, but it's about a religious group that was taking place back in like the 60s, 70s, and it started out in India, and they moved their compound from India to Oregon here in the United States back in 1981, and they moved it to this small, almost unheard of town where there was only about 40 people that lived in this town, and the 40 people that lived there were all old and white
racist, people. Right?
Not necessarily racist, but they were old and white. But because of these Indians coming, I don't want to say Indians, but these different groups of people coming, their feelings towards minorities started coming out. None of them never said anything racial. I will say this, but of course, the stuff that they were saying was like, all right, it's bigoted, like whatever the case may be. But I kind of felt like while watching this documentary that it's because they didn't understand these people and they had this feeling about them. But it's a great documentary. It's like 6 episodes. It is so good. It is so good. I'm sorry I can't remember everything because I kind of finished watching it like a few weeks ago. But it is worth watching. It's called Wild Wild Country on Netflix. It is so worth watching. In the very beginning, like I said, I was like, oh, this is reminding me of Jonestown, Jim Jones and all that. And that's what a lot of That's what those people out of Oregon thought. Because remember, Jonestown had just happened 3 years earlier before they came over there. So when this cult came, they thought, wait, this must be another Jonestown. Like, where the fuck all these people come from? What's going on? Y'all all dressed in burgundy and purple. What is going on? You know, y'all worshiping this, you know, this old Indian man. What is going on? Like, they just didn't understand. But they built this city in the middle of the nowhere out in Oregon. It's really great how these people were able to like survive and do their own thing without having the rest of the world, you know, helping them. But then there was a lot of back shit that was going on, a lot of scandals and all this old bullshit. It's really good. I would say watch it. Tell me how you like it. A lot of y'all have already watched it because a lot of y'all hit me up on Instagram and just was like, y'all had the same take that I did. Like, y'all didn't think it would be as good as it was, but it was really good. And at the end, I really did shed a few tears because I really felt bad for these people. I really did, because then the whole, you know, it went on from the 80s. Like, it was this whole big thing. And I think if you ask anybody, like your mom's age, like our parents' age, they probably remember it, because as you're watching this documentary, you see all these different national news clips from the 80s where they're talking about this. So this was a big news story back then, from 1981 to like 1985 or 1987 or whatever the case may be. It was going on for a long time. It was this battle between this group and these people in Oregon trying to get them to get out of their city, but it was all these different laws. It was just, it's crazy, but please just watch it. It's very good. It's called Wild Wild Country. It's 6 episodes. You will thank me later. I guarantee you. And who is this?
Oh, that's the person I forgot. I think I shouted her out, Gloria Green.
No, you didn't, but go ahead.
The new sponsor to our channel. So I forgot. I'm sorry, Gloria, but shout out to you. Thank you for sponsoring our channel. And if you are still watching and you are not a sponsor, please sponsor our channel. Please subscribe. And if you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button. We got through everything. Nikki, Khloe, Janet, Mariah, Meek, Serena.
It's hot.
Kaepernick. I'll get to Naomi next week. We'll see how this... this is a wrestler, black female wrestler, who someone called her a monkey, and she tweeted about it. But we'll get to that next week. Really? They look like me.
Yeah, now that you know, now that I said it, this is, what's her name? Yeah. I'm trying to find a better picture.
Let me go back to him, cause
Who, him?
Yeah, this guy here, he is actually my cousin, and I found him on Ancestry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I'll never tweet him and tell him that. Cause the person is like,
well, if y'all ever end up in bed together, you'll have to tell
him. Oh no, but that's not happening.
Oh.
Cause the first thing I would tell him, if I ever met him, was like, yeah, we're cousins. Then he got a twin brother. And they look alike.
Now that they look alike, don't they?
Yeah, you being a hoe. He called me a hoe on camera. Look at him, thotting and bopping.
What? You a horse.
And wishing.
Another jack notification.
That said,
you're a whore.
Call me book takes aim at Trump. Duh.
I'm tired of these. Listen, just tell me that fucking Donald Trump is arrested. Stop alerting me that Trump.